The new financial year has begun, but you will have to give records of your earnings, etc., for tax purpose as you file tax in the next couple of months, July 31 being the deadline. Instead of doing it at the last moment, it's a great idea to do it early on. But how do you get started? I mean, you just have finished your tax saving investment season and things have got over. You must have been heaving a sigh of relief. What are the things that you should be doing to get a head start in tax filing that's going to come a couple of months down the line? This video intends to talk about that. Welcome to Fund to Money, your 24 into 7 buddy for all your money matters. As we mentioned in this particular video, we intend to discuss the first couple of steps that you need to do to get a head start on the tax filing. More details follow, but you have to wait just a little while. What are the first few steps that you need to take for tax filing? We are just in the month of April, and you would say that there are a couple of months left till the tax deadline. But 11th hour tax-related work is not such a great idea. Most of us know that. So just to make the whole process simple, what are the first couple of steps that you need to do, which you can do right away in this particular month to help us out? Luckily, we have got one of the foremost tax experts of this country, Swami Saran Sharma. Welcome to Fund to Money, Swami. Swami, people would be filing taxes. I mean, the deadline is much later. Most of us file taxes really at the 11th hour. I mean, tax filing, I mean the returns at the 11th hour. So are there a couple of steps that they could take at this point to make to have an early filing and make sure that this whole tax filing process is without sweat? So what should be those first couple of steps that people can sort of take while to help themselves? Are there certain preparatory things that can be done?
Yes, so then basically tax filing is all about collecting your incomes and put together the eligible deduction which you can set off against those incomes, and you need to pay taxes on the balance amount. So income in India is essentially taxed under 5 heads, which is salary, your rental income, your income from capital gains, income from business and profession, and the other incomes. So other incomes constitute your interest incomes and dividend incomes and any other income, like it could be winning from lottery, etc. So all these incomes you need to collect and put them under different heads, because different heads have different deductions applicable to them. Then comes your what deductions can you claim. So you have to collect papers to claim those deductions, papers in support of those deductions. Like if you have invested in PPF, so you have to get your PPF passbook updated and get a Xerox of it in front of you. So the third thing is that you may have taken some loans. So those statements must also be collected. So by as on that the last day of the financial year, so that you can claim those eligible deductions. One of those could be like you may have availed a education loan. So that interest portion of that education loan is going to be given you as a deduction from the total income. So, and a housing loan is a case in point, like most of us have availed such loans. So these are the essential documents which one must have. Besides this, one could have sold a property during that period, or maybe many of us deal in shares. So in those cases, difference in sale and purchase, whether it results in profit or loss, that must also be collected. In fact, particularly in the case of loss, in case you are not able to claim that loss by the date of filing of return, that loss cannot be carried forward in the next year. So it is all the more important to claim the loss. So you need to collect all documents related to your incomes under various heads, and all documents related to the deduction which you can avail, substantiate it with those documents. And in case you have capital gains, then complete calculations of sale and purchase dates and amounts and indexations. So those are the preparations, yeah, which you need to make.
So basically what we are talking about here is, first you need to get details about all the incomes that you've earned. There are 5 categories, as Swami mentioned. One is salary. So anything that your employer is giving, you need to get evidence of that in terms of, because on that basis you will be putting in the figures. If you've got a property where you've earned rental income, you need to get proof of that, get the figures. If you've availed of a loan, that's important because it's coming under the house property. It's a negative income. Then, of course, there are capital gains, as Swami has mentioned. If you've sold a property, gold or shares, mutual funds, whether it's a loss or a gain, you need to get all the evidence together. And then, of course, if there's a business and profession, then you need to get the details out there. Last but not the least is other income, things like interest. So what you might want to do is sort of get all this details in together and put them all together, and that will constitute the return. So what you could do is, bit by bit, make a target of these, and of course you need to get information about the deduction. So you actually can, Swami has very nicely put it into a couple of buckets, and you can make sure that those buckets get filled. We hope that you found this useful in terms of preparatory work for tax filing for the previous financial year. Did we miss out something? Are there things that are smart things that can be done? Why don't you go down to the comment section and put in your comments? Please use the closed caption feature on this video to get the highlights. Go to the description section for highlights of this video and useful links. Please follow these, use these 2 features. These are web-based discussions. So there are periodic disruptions. So the idea is that you do not miss out on anything at all. Please do stay connected with us on all leading social media platforms. And of course, visit our website, www.fundomoney.com.